In Maya, a long, long time ago, there was a huge volcano outside the village. The volcano erupted every few months, and several tribes underneath would be burned out. The tribes did not dare to live too close to the volcano, and the villagers tried their best to move farther and farther, hoping to avoid the influence of the volcanic eruptions. Actually, there was a huge spider monster lived in the volcano. He liked to play with fire and burn things. The bigger the fire is, the more energy he has. But this spider monster had always played tricks inside the volcano. He took the magma as a bath and loved to throw the volcanic fireball to the village. Every time the volcano erupts, the spider actually throws the fireball outward. The spider needed to survive in a very hot environment. Every year, he had a chance to leave the volcano. That day is July 7th. It was the hottest day in Maya. As long as that day arrives, spider will come out of its crater and look for things to burn. Even the tribes which hide far away will also be attacked on that day. People's houses will be burned, and the food they have saved for the whole year will also be burned into ashes.
This monster spider must be eliminated.
The food we have saved every year and the house we built were burned. We must ask Joe to help us.
In the evening, the villagers gathered outside the tribal temple. This was a meeting hosted by the tribal leader Joe. All the villagers came, and everyone wanted to know what to do. Some people suggested to move again to a place where spiders will not come. Some people said that we should live in a cave so that we don't need to worry our houses be burned down again. Joe was a 50-year-old warrior and leader. He had led his tribe since he was young, and his villagers believed him very much.
Quiet, everyone.
Joe said loudly to calm everyone down.
We have moved many times, and this is the place we finally found. We are the people of Sun God. We can't live in the cave. If we live in the cave, where should our temple be built? Only fight is what we should do. Next month, it's July 7th. We must defeat this big spider.
Joe said with confidence. The villagers applauded and cheered. They were very happy to hear that Joe said that he would kill the spider. Everyone prayed that the spider would be defeated, so the following days would be happy. July 7th came. Sure enough, this huge spider attacked the village. It spat out fire on the tree in the village and stomped on villagers' house. Not enough, it climbed to the high-rise temple and spat fire to the village down below. It's fire everywhere. The spider looked happy and satisfied. The warriors shoot arrows and throw spears at the spider and used the knife to chop the spider's feet. The spider was not afraid and kicked these warriors far away. Joe also prepared torches to attack the spider. The spider loved fire, so it's useless. In a word, Joe failed, and he also died in this battle. The remaining villagers fled as long as they could, and many of them escaped into the cave. Everyone was sad that Joe died in the battle, and have no idea what to do in the future, nor what to do with this giant spider. The son of Joe named Jaga. He was a young man full of energy. He was strong leader as Joe and led the tribe through this sad moment.
We must be strong. This is what Joe hopes. We should not give up the idea of defending spiders. We have a year to prepare. Next time, I will kill spiders.
The villagers believed in Jaga. All of them hugged and prayed together to defeat the spider. Jaga learned that spider won't scare fire, and it was hard to be hurt by swords and arrows. He must think of a different way to defeat this giant monster. Jaga went to ask priest Fa for help. Fa was a well-known priest. He did not belong to any tribe. He had his own temple. Several tribes in the eastern half of the forest asked Fa to pray for them. Jaga talked to Fa about the situation after they discussed for a long time, and together they worked out a way to defeat this monster. When Jaga returned to the tribe, he asked his people to dig a large pit. He followed Fa's plan and dug a pit in the center of the three temples, which would form a triangle shape when viewed from the top. The hole was just dug in the center place of the triangle. Soon, July 7th came, and this time Jaga and the tribe had prepared and just waited for the spider to attack them. As expected, the giant creature came over at the hottest time at noon. The warriors resisted and kept leading the spider to the big pit they dug. The pit was covered with a lot of branches and leaves, and the spider didn't even notice there was a trap. It continued, spat flames at the way with the Jaga team. Soon, the spider fell into the hole. The spider sprayed the fire angrily and made a shouting noise like the scraping glass. Jaga waved his hand, and the villagers on the three temples pushed down the big stone prepared earlier, making it impossible for the spider to get out. Standing at top of the temple, Fa looked at the sky, raising his hands and spelling. Two other apprentices of Fa also stood on the other two temples, and they were doing the same thing. Soon, the sky was dark, and the dark clouds came to the top of the temple like an army assembling. The wind was blowing very hard. The lightning sparkled through the dark clouds, and the sound of thunder shook the whole earth. Fa's eyes turned wide, and he continued to track the spells. Suddenly, the heavy rain fell. The rain was as heavy as storm on the sea, and the pit was flooded with water in a half second, and the spider was drowned. After the spider's death, its body and blood were integrated into the soil. A lot of new fruit grew in the area of triangle of the temple. The fruits were big and sweet. The trees grew very tall and strong. It became a very good material for building houses. In order to thank Jaga and Fa, the villagers will come over to the temple to pray for a blessing every year on July 7th to memorize the battle and the hard-won happiness.